Here we are walking in Oahu's beautiful landscape, windy landscape. I don't even know if you'll be able to hear any of this, but we can walk through and talk about some of the fauna that we're seeing here. And most of it is invasive, but you know, they're plants, so still kind of fun. Right here behind me is actually a yucca plant. Now there are a few different kinds of yucca, not a few, many different kinds. I'm not quite sure what species of yucca it is, but what the overall name for plants like this can also be is called century. They call them century plants because if you look, there's a big tall stem kind of growing out of them, and those really only come around every 10 years. They can vary on that, sometimes even longer than that, so not quite a century, but pretty rare. But many where these plants are from, the natives, what they used to do is they used to take that stalk, chop off the bottom of it, and boil it and eat it, and it's supposed to be really dense in nutrients, but Hawaiians weren't doing that because it is invasive, right? So those plants are typically from South America, Central America there. Another tree that we'll see or plant is, it's a tree as we're walking through, is these little thorny guys that you see here. And if you're from where I'm from, Vegas or Arizona, you may recognize them. You'll see them and kind of be like, whoa, that looks familiar. It's because they are familiar. It's what we know in the Southwest as mesquite. Those are also another invasive species, and have two different reasons why they're here. The yucca's here mostly because of ornamental pieces, not really for food. It was just for decoration. But unfortunately, the mesquite has a darker story, especially with the native Hawaiian. So the mesquite was brought here not only for wood, but it was brought here because of the thorns. And so it was a natural barrier. So when colonists came here, they planted the trees to kind of keep people out, and by people, the indigenous people of the islands. And because there weren't really any super thorny plants, many of the indigenous inhabitants didn't wear sandals like you would find other indigenous people around the world. A lot of times they were often barefoot, except for ceremonial pieces. So the thorns actually kind of created a barbed wire kind of effect and keeping people out. So a little bit more sinister than some of the other plants. But yeah, just some fun plant facts that we're going. And on the hillside, you also see beaver tail cactus. And that is also invasive, but is edible as well.